And in this session here, as you're starting to orient yourself in the space, right? You're orienting yourself in your practice space and your healing space. And see how I have my hands open? It's like I'm combing through. I'm combing through the field and I'm opening up my perception. We're opening our circle, we're opening our container, we're going to open our bodies. So we're opening our perception. And we're coming in contact on this journey with the 5 elements. And we're coming in contact with form and formless energy. And so as you're starting to feel yourself arrive here and breathe here, become aware of form and formless energy all around you. Like feel the form of the floor and see the ceiling and the walls. And now start to become aware of the formless energy of the space between the ceiling and the floor, the space between the walls. As you're starting to shift your perception from ordinary awareness to extraordinary, where you can start to see and hear what you could not before. You can even taste and smell and feel things that you could not before. Starting to come into this awareness, you are realizing that Qigong asks really 3 basic questions. The first question is, where am I? So as you're receiving the space that you're in through your sensory perception of your skin and eyes and ears, asking yourself, where am I? I also just ask you all these questions about yourself, and so your mind might be running around looking for something. And allow all that mind, all those questions I just asked you, just allow all those questions to be set down for now. And allow yourself to settle into the answer of, where am I? I'm right here. And how do I know I am right here? How do I know that? I can hear the music. I can feel the temperature on my skin. I can see the candle. I am right here. And now, as you realize you are right here, and you've arrived in this present moment, you've opened your perspective and perception. We're about to go deeper into the practice where we open our body and start to feel yourself at the threshold of this journey, of the foundational roots. And at this threshold, at this gateway, the inquiry, the gate question is, what needs to be released here so you can truly open to this practice? What needs to be released here so you can truly open yourself to your health and radiance? And when you know what that is, bringing your feet together and with a humble bow, empty your cup as if you are laying it down, as if you are settling it down. You do not need to carry it here. As if you're unbinding, undoing, unclasping, unclutching, simply setting it down. And once you've released that, feel yourself just naturally start to unfurl your spine, naturally unfurl and uncoil, and naturally emerge into the here, now, present moment, open and receptive. And stepping across the threshold, we are now in our circle, now in our practice, now officially in the foundational roots of Qigong. So with that, let's start by knocking on the door of life. Your feet are shoulder width apart. Your knees are soft. Top of your head is lifted. Your weight is balanced. When you're turning from your hips and your waist, really this movement is coming from your feet are gently, gently pushing off the floor. And that push off the floor creates this movement in your hips and your waist, and it encourages your arms to swing from side to side. Now we're just getting started, so you don't have to swing very far. But as your hands are knocking on all these key pressure points on your kidneys, on your back, and key pressure points on your abdomen, feel the form of your body. Feel the obvious. And as you're breathing, we're going to breathe. This is knocking on the door of life. The reason we start here often is because it does a few things at one time. One is it gets us in touch with form. Another thing is it connects with these key pressure points. Another thing is that it loosens and warms your body. It generates heat. And another thing, it activates energy. And another thing, it helps release stuck and stagnant energy. And so if we're going to encourage that even more so, you can let out a sigh, any sound you want to make at this point. And now go ahead and bring one hand up to your chest and one hand to your low back. And really keeping your posture, top of your head lifted. And your spine is somewhat neutral. It's just turning from side to side. And you're staying rooted in your feet. Knocking on your chest and lungs. And with time, I'll teach you so much more about all these spaces. But for now, just generate some heat, generate some space, and release some energy. Bringing your hands back down to your kidneys and your abdomen, connecting with the form of your body, your muscles and your bones, your skin. And now gradually stop knocking on your body and shift into water waves, where your hands are just flowing through water. And the momentum that you just generating is still in motion, and it's gradually getting softer and more gentle. And water waves connect now to the subtle energy. We have obvious, and here we have subtle. And let your movement slow down a little and really drop your attention into the part of you that is receiving the subtle energy. You are in a field of infinite possibilities, of infinite energy, of form and formless, obvious and subtle. In Qigong, we're learning to work skillfully with form and formless energy, obvious and subtle. In this first moment, we are bringing our attention to these aspects as we open our perception and open the palms of your hands, as if you could just spread the palms of your hands, the bones of the palms of your hands. If you could just spread them, not create too much tension, but open the palms of your hands. And start to move towards stillness. And let your physical body find stillness. And drop your awareness inside and feel how what was subtle before is starting to become more obvious. Sense and feel how you're feeling right now in this moment. Brilliant. Okay, let's continue to open our body with tapping. We're going to tap all the meridians. A big component of this 5-element form practice, not that you have to know all the meridians, but we will learn the 5 meridians for the 5 yin organs, because they're primary channels that help us release emotion, help us release stagnant energy, and help us tap into our energetic infrastructure. And that's what makes this form that you're about to learn so special, and particularly great for people that hold a healing capacity, that are either hands-on healers or therapists, or they generate energy that other people come to receive their touch or to receive their presence and their wisdom and skills. So as we're just pounding our chest here, I'm not going to go into the specifics of the meridians right now, but just pause for a moment. That's what we're going to do a lot of. We're going to do an action, feel the form of it, and then the formless activation of the energy that's activating in your chest. Now let's go down the arm, the inside of the arm. We say inside is the yin side. So go down the yin and up the yang. And then go down. And you can do it with your hands open or cupped or with knocked soft fist. It's up to you. Just to give you a pattern, I don't always do things in patterns. I just tend to do things organically. I just switch whenever I'm ready, but people like patterns. So just do that 3 times. And then pause. Feel that arm comparatively to the other arm. Just that one action. Okay, let's go to the other side. Down and up. Down and up. I think that was 3 times. Feeling your arms. Okay. Now, knocking on the top of your head from your forehead to the back of your head on the central channel. Forehead to the back. After you do that 3 times, now go at the diagonal from like your temples back. Now we can't get very far down here, so now we're just going down. There's one meridian line that has 2 channels that goes down your spine. One channel is really close to your spine and the other one's further out. So just go up and down. Go all the way down to your kidneys and really can go down to your sacrum. And then linger on your kidneys for a while. This area right here at your kidneys, this is your door of life. Mingmen, very important part of your body. It's more important than, it's one of the most important points of your body from a spiritual perspective. Now your glutes and your sacrum. Okay, now I said down the inside meant yin and up the yang, up the outside meant yang, but that's just for the arms. Your body is a yin and yang symbol, so now when you go down the bottom part of your body, your legs, you go down the outside, and so you tap on the back and the sides of your leg, and you go down, and these are your yang channels. And go all the way down as far as you can. If you can get to your pinky toe, get that. And then come to right above on the top of your feet, knock on the top of your feet, the inside of your ankles, if you can reach it, and then up the inside of your thighs, across your pelvis, across your belt line to your kidneys, and then go back down. And if you want to linger in any place, you certainly can. Do that 3 times at your own rate and rhythm. Beautiful. And just feeling how you're opening up the channels in your lower part of your body. And then now knocking your umbilicus, your navel, because now we're massaging our internal organs. So right at your belly button. And then right above your belly button, this is usually pretty tender. So go gently here. And below your belly button. And then one side, go from your ribs to your pelvis, up and down, ribs and pelvis. If you're on the left side, you're massaging your spleen. If you're on the right side, you're massaging your liver. And when you're at the center, massaging your stomach. And you're activating energy, sending it down to your dantian, which we'll locate more in another session. And then just simply hold your hands over your abdomen and sense and feel how you have activated healing energy through all your meridian channels, activated and came in contact with your organs. Breathing deeply here. As you're opening to healing, as we're tuning our bodies to the highest frequency of health. Brilliant. And so now let's shake it out, shake it off, take it all lightly. That's my intention. Take it lightly and have a good time. Shake a little, loosen up, have fun. Yeah. And so when you're up here, when your hands are up here, make sure your shoulders are soft. You're not holding tension in your shoulders or your elbows. And just let your fingers, point to the ground, toward the earth. And now turn your palms over. It's a little bit more awkward, but it opens up these other gates on your wrists. And then you can start to bring your hands down. And now, shaking out your arms and your wrists. And change the angle of your wrists. And it's kind of a challenge to get to your elbows, but get creative. Just open up those elbows and your shoulders. And if anytime you want to release and make some sounds, we'll learn the 5 healing sounds. Really, there's 6 of them. But for now, just intuitively. And now start to shake out your chest and your breast. Shake out your back and your belly and your glutes. Just let everything jiggle and wiggle and loosen up. And let there be a soft smile on your face as you're shaking out your thighs. And if it feels good to do so, I'll step back so you can see. Just come up onto your toes and gently knock your heels into the floor. Your bones are piezoelectric, and your heels are connected to your kidneys. Your kidneys are your batteries. Your kidneys are the batteries, and when we fill and nourish our kidneys, we fill and nourish our whole body. And so when we knock our heels on the floor, this movement is called Heals 1,000 Diseases. So if it can heal 1,000 diseases, we'll practice it. You just gently, and letting when you're knocking on the floor, you just got to do it if it feels good to you. If you have any injuries or anything like that, obviously don't, but do it so it kind of like reverberates, like it vibrates and reverberates. Think of your body as like an earth, a landscape with all these rivers. And in the rivers and the streams is how the energy flows. And sometimes our thoughts and our emotions and energy that we acquire from other people and just from life, that gets clogged and stuck in our rivers. A lot like you see a river and there's debris and branches caught. And so when we do these types of things, what we're doing is we're shaking and we're dislodging all these energy blocks in our energy channels. And so just let this vibrate through the piezoelectric crystalline structure of your body. And just gently start to slow it down until you come to stillness. And you are just in the obviousness of the form of your bone structure. And now you're in the subtle body. Bring your attention to the subtle body. Inside. Bring your mind inside. Beautiful. And so bringing your mind inside, we're going to roll out all of our joints. Now, if you need a chair for support, certainly do that. We're going to just shift our weight over to one side. You're going to root down. So one leg is real stable. Your foot is flat onto the floor. The top of your head is lifted. Now this other foot, it's on the toe, and it's a little bit set behind you, not too far, but just a little bit. I don't know if you can see really well. Maybe I'll turn so you can see. Yeah. And you're just rolling out. So bring your mind, your attention. I often describe your attention as liquid. Let the liquid contents of your attention pour down inside your body and put your mind inside that ankle and into that foot. Because as you're rolling out, you're stretching the toes, the front of the foot, the top of the foot, and the ankle. You might hear some cricks and cracks, and let's go the other direction. Just take your time and open your joint. And when you're done, you can shake it and set it down. Feel the difference between the two ankles. Find your balance, shift your weight, root down. As you root down and you stand up. Come up onto your toe. Let that foot go behind you a little bit. Now press down and then roll out your ankle. Put your mind all the way inside your ankle joint and inside your foot and your metatarsals and your toes. Taking your time, going in both directions. And shaking it out. Now bringing your feet together, palms on your knees, looking down like at a 45-degree angle, circling your knees, bringing your mind inside your knee joints. You don't have to bend very deeply. This is just to open your body, so your range of motion, making smooth circles, breathing, opening. Other direction. And last one. Unfurl. Now stepping shoulder width apart, one hand at the front. This helps you realize here's the form of your body, and the other hand on the back, and then the space in between, the formless space in between. And we're going to roll out our hips. We're going to make small circles. As you inhale, your pelvis tilts back. As you exhale, your pelvis tilts forward to the right. Inhale back to the left, forward, exhaling to the right and back. Now make these very small. Bring your mind inside and move really just your hips. The rest of your body does move, but you are making meticulous, small movements. As if you are polishing out your pelvis. And now gradually spiral outward. Again, using your own range of motion, spiraling outward. And now, since your attention is inside your body, you are opening your pelvis, you're opening your muscles and bones. And then just go the other direction. Opening big as you want to go. Ooh. Keeping your mind inside as you then start to make your circles smaller and smaller and smaller. As you come back to your small circle, your small meticulous circle. And make your circle so small that you come to stillness. Feeling the shifting in your body. Opening your hands. Scooping this energy. And now bringing your hands slightly behind you and pressing down. Top of your head is lifted. This is becoming a stretch. You're coiling out your arms. You're feeling it in your neck and shoulders, arms and fingers. This is called spreading the feathers. Let's do that again. You're soft. You scoop. This is an inhale. You're gathering energy. You're bringing it in. And now you're pressing down as if you're pushing yourself out of the pool. And so there's a little bit of engagement here. Inhaling, exhaling, lowering your ear to one shoulder. Exhale, all the way your chin goes to your chest. Now stay on that side as you inhale, rolling your ear across your shoulder on that side. I'm saying ear across the shoulder. My ear is not actually touching my shoulder. This is giving you a reference point. As you exhale, your chin goes down. Inhale, your chin goes back. At your own rate and rhythm with your breath, you're opening the channels between your mind and your arms, releasing the lines of tension. Chin to chest. Inhale up the other side. Inhaling and exhaling down. Inhaling up. listening to your body, releasing tension. Nice and slow. This is our last one. And then as you exhale down, let your chin come to your chest. And then as you inhale, let your head rise up the center and feel your body. My hands are wanting to start to just open up and lift up, open the flow. We're going to just drop right into this flowing movement. I'm going to step back so you can see my whole body, and I'm going to turn to the side a little. As you inhale, your hands float up like a wave. And as you exhale, your hands float down. Without giving you too much instruction, let's just let your body find the way. For a few passes as you enter into the flow state. Just feel how your hands are just floating up, naturally floating up with your breath. And there's a little peak at the top, and then your hands float down. And now as you do, you might be noticing a weight shift. And there's lots of variations on how to do this, but a great way to practice is when your hands rise, just let your weight gently shift toward your heels. And then as your hands float down, let your weight shift toward your toes. You're still balanced. And as your hands rise, it's really your wrists are rising. And then as your hands fall, it's really your wrists that are falling. With unified flow, you're inhaling, shifting your weight toward your heel. You're exhaling, your wrists drop. Shift your weight toward your toes. Just be with this subtle, formless, animating life force energy that is moving you. Feel how the form of your body is being moved by this chi that you're cultivating and becoming a skillful practitioner of. Open the flow. And now, staying with this, start to make your movements just a little bit smaller, as if slower, go smaller and slower, as if you're going slower and smaller. Now you are starting to gather and collect. Like your hands are powerful hands are moving through this field of energy, and this energy is inside your body, and you're like gathering it and magnetizing it to your hand as it's getting smaller and smaller. And once it gets to this size, at wherever it feels right for you, see if you can bring your hands to, not touching together, but bring your hands together and feel your hands. And now feel this formless, subtle energy between the palms of your hands. Start to play with your chi ball and see how what was once very subtle is now becoming much more obvious. And just play with this chi ball in any way that you want to. Just have fun as if you were like a dragon playing with your chi ball. Yeah, just let it dance and move and see how you move with it. It might rise up, it might sink, however it goes. And now just take this chi ball and place it on your head with your hands, healing hands, and just now let your hands float down as you massage physically or just energetically. Give yourself a chi bath and send this energy anywhere and everywhere you need it. Down through the layers of your being, down through your skin, through your muscles, through your ligaments, through your bones, through your organs, through your tissues, to your blood, to your nerves, all your spaces. Just bathe yourself in this energy that you just generated out of thin air. Mm. Mm. Feeling yourself being blessed and being nourished by this energy, and knowing that we are coming to completion of our practice tonight and of our ceremony. So this energy will remain with you for a little while, but let's close our practice as we pull down the heavens. We reach up, we inhale. As we exhale, our hands float down. And what we're doing is something very specific. You're going to hear me say this a lot. Chin up, chi down. What we're doing as we inhale, and now as we exhale, we are using our hands. Remember, we opened our Lao Gong hands. We opened our hands, and we're learning to use our hands to direct energy, and we're directing it down, out of our head, out of our throat, out of our chest and heart, all the way out, all the way down, down, down into our reservoir, down into our dantian, because this is where we want to store this excess energy. And your body's wise, it will naturally send other energy down to the earth to be composted. So we're going to have another breath, and we're directing the energy down. When I say shen up, that means your mind is now clear, cognizant, can think, can describe in a chronological order, but your chi is down. It's stored into your body, into your dantian, and being composted. That means your body is relaxed. Your mind is clear, and your body is relaxed. And our last one, we're going to step feet together and just really just take all the time you need to just let this energy come down. And it's like I straighten my spine, and I just let this energy come down. And then I bring one hand over the other. It does not matter which hand, whatever way feels natural, and rest them over your abdomen, just below your belly button. And just take a moment to rest your mind inside, behind your hands, in the center of your abdomen. Knowing that you are storing healing energy in your dantian, in which you're cultivating and building. You're completing your practice. And you've done something incredibly healthy and beautiful for your well-being. And you're starting a rooted, practical Qigong practice that can flourish and thrive in any way you'd like it to. So, as we bow out, right hand makes a fist. This represents the sun. This represents yang. Left hand covers it, the crescent moon. This is yin. The sun and moon come together. They make Ming, which is Ming Men, the door of life. Ming. Ming means clarity and union. And we bring this to our hearts, and together we bow. We bow to each other. We bow to the practice. We bow to our teacher's teacher, and the teacher within. Taking a nice deep breath, stepping back across the threshold. We are completing this portion, and I encourage you to journal your experience, particularly journal in your journal form and formless, obvious and subtle. Notice how you feel now after your practice versus how you felt when you first started. And if there was any movement that worked really well, or any area that maybe you need to modify and adjust. This is starting to become your journal so you can have a grounded, rooted practice.